This podcast is part of Pearson's professional development series for reading and writing instructors.
My name is Wayne Johnson. I'm from Odessa College in Odessa, Texas, and my topic is the pre-writing activity, which is an assignment we make in preparation for writing an in-class essay assignment. And the purpose, I would like to think, of the assignment is we want to encourage students to become more responsible and to come to class prepared to do their writing. In my classes, the pre-writing activity is the first step in the drafting process, and we use as our guide the notion that the first draft is good, the second draft is better, and the third draft should be your best draft of your work. So I believe these three notions go together. One is students learn to be responsible, students learn to be prepared, and then I don't know how other instructors feel, but I think so many developmental students really struggle for the very fact that their lives are not terrifically stable. So in the classroom, if the activities are structured in such a way that one of the byproducts or one of the possible side effects is that the students become more stable not only in their academic work but possibly in their own lives outside the classroom, it's beneficial. The pre-writing activity is divided into 4 sections. In the first section, the students are introduced to the writing prompt. We always have 3 steps for the writing prompt. First, we read it. We read it together, not making any claim that you couldn't read it on your own, but if we're all on the same page at the beginning, we seem to do better. The second step with the writing prompt is that we make an effort to understand it, especially the key terms and especially the controversy, because everything we write in developmental writing is done in the persuasive mode. And lastly, with the prompt, we have the opportunity to use it. And I explain to students that modeling the model is not the same as plagiarism. There may be a fine line, but honestly, modeling the model is not. So the first part of their assignment is, after they read the prompt, they have to brainstorm ideas. And this is a very difficult part for some of them because they think brainstorming means that you write a paragraph or that you write sentences. And I explain to them, brainstorming is that you generate ideas that you can use in your writing. And the connection that we make is this. When you make a grocery shopping list, you write down the names of the items you plan to purchase at the grocery store. It may be bread, milk, cheese. You don't write a description of any of the items. So on the first page of the activity, they are encouraged to come up with 15 to 20 ideas that they can use in their discussion. And of course, we have a class discussion that gives us some ideas to work with, and then the writing prompt always has some ideas that we can use to develop the discussion. On page 2 of the assignment, the students are asked to write the 4 sentences that make up the model introduction for their for their essay discussion. The 4th sentence is always the thesis, and we explain that to give your essay organization, the thesis has to be organized with a clearly stated position, a clearly stated issue, and then, most importantly, 3 clearly stated reasons. And we suggest that the first reason might be a general truth that most people would accept without much argument. The second reason can be a more specific truth. And then thirdly, they should have the reason that is the most significant or most important reason in their discussion. And I explain to them that the purpose of this third reason, with its significance and with its importance, is to make your essay not sound like all the other essays that will be written in class. The third page of the assignment is divided into two parts. The first part is the topic sentences, and everything we do is based on the model 5-paragraph essay. So of course, there is a model for the model topic sentence. And the three components of the model topic sentence are transition, so that you can organize and order your discussion. And I explain, transition has two purposes. One is to signal the reader that you are changing ideas, and two, to transport your reader from one idea to another idea. The second part of the model topic sentence is the link back to the position in the thesis statement. And then the final component in the topic sentence is the reason. And the reasons have to be discussed in the same order and the same wording in which they appear in the thesis statement in the introductory paragraph. Because this order, this requirement for sameness, gives the discussion organization and focus. The last part of the assignment is the concluding paragraph. And in developmental writing, we try to limit the concluding paragraph. I encourage students to use some transitional word or phrase that signals to the reader that the essay is coming to a conclusion, and then to restate the three reasons that appear in the thesis. Maybe not in the same wording, but you have to maintain the integrity of the reasons so that your discussion has organization. And I tell them one of the biggest miscues that you can make in a concluding paragraph is to introduce new reasons that have never been discussed in your essay. That will cause your essay to lack organization and can sometimes create a barrier for your reader to really understand what was your intent and what was your purpose. So this 4-section pre-writing activity is completed before class. Each section has a value, if it is completed correctly, of 5 points. So the total grade you can make on the assignment is 20 points. And those points from 0 to 20 will be added to the essay grade when the final draft of the essay is graded. I think, from my observation, the pre-writing activity is a grand opportunity for the students to learn what we hope they would learn, to be more responsible, to come to class prepared. As we explain, when spring break comes up and you head to South Padre Island, you're not going to go without plans and provisions. So why would you come to developmental writing class without plans and provisions? And lastly, and perhaps there's no real way to make this measure, lastly, we hope that the preparation and the notion of responsibility bring stability to the students' academic studies and creates, as we would all want, more academic success.
For more podcasts and other resources, please visit Pearson's professional development community site at www.englishinstructorexchange.com.